What is up, guys? Meikitamemo here, and welcome to my YouTube or Twitch. Depends where you watch it from. Let's continue with Gothic 2 for a tiny bit, like 3-4 hours. Yeah, I think 3, something like that. Give me a second to get something to drink, etc. So, 1 second. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. Let's continue with Gothic. I do not know why I put my coat on. It's not that. It's not going to be that cold.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Khorinis. By the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen, the following decree is hereby enacted. Don't bother me, I'm on duty.
You always are on duty. Smarty pants. How's your duty?
These boys swing their swords like farmers, but when I'm done with them, every single one of them will be a tough, hard bastard.
I want to join the militia.
So, are you a citizen of the town?
No.
Then Lord Andre won't take you. Sure, you can talk to him, but I don't think he'll make an exception for you.
What's it like with the militia?
What?
Lord Andre is our commander now. The militia used to report to the governor. He had no idea what we do here. But Lord Andre knows what he's doing. He takes good care of the men. Everyone who starts here gets some decent armor and a good weapon. And there are bonuses if you've done a good job. He pays a bounty for every criminal captured.
And what's up, guys? Can you also train me in sword fighting?
Can you? Lord Andre has ordered that we train everyone who is in a position to defend the city. But that's only true for combat training. All other kinds of training are reserved for the militia. Can you at least halfway handle a weapon?
I think so.
Alright, you can start when you're ready.
What are the advantages of one-handed and two-handed weapons?
Quite simple. With a one-handed weapon, you're faster. That can be a considerable advantage in battle. Two-handed weapons are more ponderous. You have to fight with foresight, but you can do a lot more damage when you're hit.
Why should I begin? With one-handed or two-handed weapons?
That's entirely up to you. If you specialize in only one type of weapon, you automatically learn the other at the same time. If, for instance, you're good at fighting with one-handed swords, but still a beginner with two-handed weapons, your two-handed skills will go up as well whenever you train with a one-hander. In that case, the training is more exhausting than if you train with both types of weapons. Just start and you'll soon see what I'm talking about.
No, I'm not gonna do that yet, due to the fact I'm first gonna train my bow
Inos be with you,
and
stranger.
dexterity.
What brings you to me?
I carry an important message for Lord Hagen.
I've got... Well, you stand before one of his men. What is this about?
It's about a secret artifact, the Sacred Eye of Enos.
The Eye of Enos. I have never heard of it, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. If there truly is an artifact of this name, only the highest members of our order would know anything about it. In any case.
That's why I have to talk to Lord Hagen himself.
Lord Hagen receives only paladins, or those who are in the service to paladins. It is beneath his dignity to waste his time with members of the common folk.
Why are you paladins in town?
The goals of our mission are secret. I can only tell you that there is no danger for the citizens of the town. You need not worry.
About the missing people.
Just leave me alone with that. I've got other problems.
I've come to...
No. I want to take up service with the paladins, not really.
Good. I can well use every able man here, no matter what his reasons for joining us. If you place yourself in the service of the paladins, I shall help you get an audience with Lord Hagen. However, I have my orders only to accept citizens of the town into the militia. My commander is afraid that spies or saboteurs could sneak in. He wants to limit the risks this way. Therefore, you must first be a citizen of the town. Whether this rule makes sense or not is disputable, but orders are orders.
Isn't there a faster way to join you?
You're really serious about this, aren't you? Good. Listen, I have a problem. If you solve it for me, I shall see to it that you are accepted into the militia. But the most important thing is, you must not breathe a word of it to anyone.
What's the problem?
Recently, there have been a number of thefts in the city. Thus far, we have not been able to capture anyone. The thieves are simply too skillful. The scum know their business. I'm sure that we're dealing with an organized gang. It would not amaze me if there were a thieves guild in Khorinis. Find the leaders of the gang and hunt them down. Then I shall see to it that you are accepted into the militia, regardless of whether or not you are a citizen. But you must say nothing about our agreement.
Where should I start looking for the thieves?
If I knew that, I'd go there myself. I can only tell you this much. We recently turned the entire harbor district upside down and found nothing. Absolutely nothing. People there are not very talkative, particularly if you wear the armor of a paladin. But you are an outsider. They will not distrust you so quickly. You could ask around the harbor first, but be careful. If the people there realize that you are working for the paladins, you will learn nothing.
And what should I do once I found one of the thieves?
If it's a matter of a lackey, a henchman, or some small fry, it would be best if you avoid a fight. You should rather come to me and report. I shall then see to it that the fellow winds up behind bars. The city guard could intervene in an open battle, and you would not have the opportunity of explaining to them what is going on. Furthermore, there is a bounty for every rotten apple you put behind bars. However, if you locate the leader's hideout, well, then you probably won't be able to avoid a fight.
You don't say. What should I expect with the militia?
Let me make one thing clear.
If you
Being a
guys got
soldier
questions,
of the militia
you know,
means
feel free
much
to
more than
ask.
strolling through the city in a uniform. It is a dirty and even bloody job. Once you are one of us, a great deal of work will be waiting for you. But it is worth it. Besides the pay, you might someday have the chance of becoming a holy warrior of Enos.
I'm not gonna join the militia nor turn in the thieves. Well, that's for when I'm gonna join the militia and the fire mages.
Hey you, I have a proposition for you.
What do you want?
I want my old stall in the marketplace back. Sarah snatched it away from me, but she has had that spot long enough. I want her to give up the stall.
And what's my part in this?
I will give you a letter to stick in her pocket. Then you go to Andre and tell him that Sarah is selling weapons to Onar. She lands in prison, you pocket the bounty, and I get the stall. You have 2 days to accomplish this.
What's in it for me?
When I have the stall, you will get a weapon from me, and a damned good one.
And what if I refuse?
Well, that would be truly stupid of you, because you see, I know that you're an escaped convict. If that gets around, it could do considerable harm to your situation in the city.
Alright, I'll do it.
Oh, you're a clever lad. Here is the letter.
How am I supposed to
He's
force
not
the
gonna
letter
see
on her?
this one
Let
coming.
her show you her wares, and while she does, you hide the letter on her. And bear in mind, I am an influential man in the city, so don't try to play me for a fool.
I've got to go.
Suit yourself.
Says the one that's trying to make me look like a fool.
Are you looking for a job?
Sure. What's it about?
My errand boy hasn't come back, and I'm waiting for a delivery from the farmer Akil.
And how much is it worth to you?
I'll give you 50 gold pieces.
Fine, I'm in.
Okay. Just tell Akil that I sent you. He'll give you a package. Bring it to me.
Where can I find Akil's farm?
Just go out here through the east gate and follow the path to the southeast. After a short while, you'll come to a stone stairway. Go up that, and from there,
getting night,
you'll
which is
already be
good.
able to see Akil's farm.
And I could deal with Valentino. You're dealing business with pirates?
What? Who told you that?
I talked to one of them. He seems to be waiting for you in his bay.
What can you do? These are hard times. Everybody has to look after his own.
You weren't you afraid of getting caught?
That could happen. You found out too, didn't you? But you'll keep your mouth shut, right?
What do you know about the pirates?
What do you...
They live in a remote part of the island of Khorinis. It can only be reached with a cog or some other ship, as far as I know. The citizens of Khorinis fear them, quite rightly so, for they're nothing but a bunch of nasty cutthroats. Still, if you ask me, they're nowhere near as bad as the bandits.
And what is that you trade?
I mostly supply them with food, and for that, they give me the finest rum that's to be had in Khorinis.
I could handle this deal for you.
That would be great. I cannot leave Khorinis at the moment. Here, take this package and tell Skip not to be so stingy with the rum this time. It should be at least 3 bottles.
That's all that I wanted to know. Thank you, man. Peace. Hey, Rengaru,
Hey,
what's
you.
up? What are you doing here?
What do you...
I wouldn't know how that is any of your business. Get lost!
Alright, man, relax. Take a chill pill. Last warning. I've already reminded you several times in the friendliest terms that I urgently require the weapons I ordered from you a week ago. If I don't hear from you very, very soon, Sarah, I will be forced to change my attitude to you. I do hope we understand each other. What jolly, what a
How's
business.
When the Paladins came,
Corruption.
I first thought that it was a good business opportunity, but they let Herod make their weapons, and neither Hakon nor I make even 1 gold piece off them. Moreover, the
Corruption
farmers
is
no longer
everywhere.
supply us with food, and all the prices have gone up. It's
Ah,
only a
that's
small
scam.
consolation that the Paladins are paying my hotel bill.
What's the problem with the farmers?
What's the...
They refuse to deliver their goods. Now that the ships no longer come in, the city depends entirely on the supplies provided by the farmers, of course. And Onar, the largest farmer, has hired mercenaries to protect his farm from the city guards. Otherwise, they'd simply snatch the goods for themselves. But the mercenaries don't just guard Onar's farm. They come as far as the small farms outside of town to intimidate the farmers. I saw them as I was passing Akil's farm. I wouldn't like to be in his shoes now.
Where can I find Akil's farm?
If you go out of the east gate here and follow the road to the right, you'll come to a stairway. It leads up to Akil's farm.
Correct,
But I
Devo.
wouldn't go there now. The mercenaries are certainly still there.
I see. But I'm not gonna force the letter on her, because it is true that she's dealing business with Onar. But since I'm going to be a mercenary, I make sure that supply stands.
Wait a minute.
What can I do for you? Are you seeking
And because I don't give a
spiritual
shit
comfort?
about Canthar.
Do you want to direct a prayer to our Lord Enos, or donate some gold for his church?
Actually, I needed to get your blessing.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, it's
Then you will
good.
probably want to donate gold to the Holy Church of Enos, won't you?
Actually, I wanted your blessing so I can sign on as an apprentice in the lower part of town.
But my son, without a modest donation to the church, it is impossible for me to bless you. How else can I be certain of your good intentions toward the Holy Church of Adanos?
Where do you come from?
I come from the monastery of the magicians, which lies in the mountains. We accept everyone there who is pure of heart and feels the desire to serve our almighty Lord Adanos.
I see. Tell me a bit more about the monastery.
Tell me.
We instruct our students in all
Getting
forms
knowledge
of
of
magic,
every
but the arts of the magicians of fire
opportunity before he
consist
makes
of
his
more than these
decision.
alone.
As always.
We are also well versed in the art of alchemy and in the creation of powerful runes. We also make excellent wine.
Because the more you know about your enemies or allies, the better it is, the better you can act. So, how much does a donation usually run out?
Well, that depends on what percentage you want to give, son. Let me see how much you brought. You have more than 100 gold pieces. The Lord says give if you have. The church accepts your generous donation. I bless you in the name of Adanos, for he is light and righteousness.
Oh, all hail Adanos. Not really. But Adanos. Let's go and deal with Valentino, the bon vivant and ladies man. Look at that. My wisp is just chilling there like a boss. You have to get out of the way, Ghost. Now I'm not gonna take his key. Why not? Because I want to pickpocket it later, since this is the pure dexterity build, so I can pickpocket literally everybody. So I'm gonna take the gold, but I'm gonna let him keep the key, and just use Oblivion on him for the hidden quest with
oh man, my head.
What was the guy's name again? I'm not quite sure. But one of the guys you will see in a minute. Let's see if it worked. Hey, Valentino.
Hey, you!
Yup, it did work. Good. Always double check, you know. Regis,
Hey.
What's up, man? I met Valentino.
And? I gave him a sound beating.
He deserved it. Here. I found this ring on him when our little disagreement had been settled. You're welcome to pass it on to the next person who beats him up.
Which I just did, and then go to Coragon.
Valentino was unable to pay his bar tab last night. He was blathering something about having been robbed and paying me later on. Really?
And? What did you do?
Well, I gave him a good thrashing. What else?
Yeah, take this ring.
Here.
What? Oh, I don't understand.
It used to belong to Valentino. You're welcome to pass it on to the next person who tans his hide.
Alright, so let's quickly talk with Constantino the Alchemist for the plants quest.
What do you want? I'm not giving anything away.
I'm looking to become an apprentice.
Really? And with whom are you gonna sign up?
Sorry about that, guys. I want to sign up with you as an apprentice.
With me? No! I have already had the dubious pleasure once of grappling with an apprentice. That's quite enough for me. I invested several years in his education, and in the end, the poor fool up and poisoned himself. Go sign up with one of the other masters.
But what will I have to do, mate, to become your apprentice?
I couldn't bear yet another dilettante on my conscience. There is a multitude of herbs out there. Used in different variations, they develop the most diverse effects. You probably don't even know half of them. Here. This is a list of the most important plants. Bring me a plant of each kind, and I might reconsider taking you in as an apprentice.
And what if I want to sign up with a different master?
You have come to ask my approval? Well, you're not gonna get it. The things I've heard about you do not speak well for you. I shall not vote for a criminal such as yourself to attain an honorable position in our town. Until you have settled this matter with the commander of the city guard, my answer shall be no.
And Oblivion worked. I'm pretty sure that it did, but weird. Doesn't matter, it's just 50 pieces of gold, you know. I can miss that. Late game I'll be filthy rich. How about your approval, master?
Has Vatras given you his blessing?
Yes.
And did you also get the blessing of a priest of Innos?
Yes, I did.
Then you shall have my blessing as well. No matter what path you decide to take pride in doing a good job, my boy.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Arigatou gozaimasu. 10 learning points. So let's quickly waste them away in dexterity, because I will first take the bow as my main weapon, you know, so I can pickpocket as most and fast efficiently as possible, and then train my strength, which is, you know, dexterity style. I'm gonna waste my learning points into dexterity, but I'm gonna make permanent potions of strength, because the strongest dexterity I need for the strongest two-handed weapon that this game has, including the Knight of the Raven, requires me to have 100 strength and 100 or 120 dexterity, and I want to wear it. You know, it's stronger than the Claw of Beliar, which I will destroy in this particular game. But let's first teach me something, and let's get my dexterity up, because the faster I can pickpocket, the faster I can, you know, start investigating people and such, because I then can pickpocket them. You need about 120 dexterity to be able to pickpocket every single person in the game, every one of them. And yeah, I need 100 strength for the weapon. Shall I deal with this bugger? Why not? Saves me the trouble of coming back here.
Just you wait, you some. You really believe that? Never pick a fight with me again.
He's strong. He's a strong motherfucker. Oh dear. The stream is buffering on my phone. Is it buffering for you guys as well, or? I'm not quite sure. Well, he did kill me, so I have to add a death counter, but that's okay. Well, I can't handle him yet, that's obvious. I need a better bow. So I'll let him live for now and do it the legitimate way, which is more fun. Yeah, but I just wanted to check if I can kill him with fireballs. without heights of power, it would have been easy to kill him with 2 fireballs. But since it's with heights of power, most NPCs, you know, especially like guards and such, have more HP than bandits. Bandits have pretty much the same. Because of the armor types, you know. It's all about the armor.
It is one thing if you brawl with the rabble in the harbor, but when you attack citizens or the king's soldiers, I must bring you to justice. If I let you get away with it, soon everyone here will do whatever he wishes. So, you will pay an appropriate penalty, and the matter will be forgotten.
How much?
50 gold pieces.
Yeah, sure, man.
I want to...
Good. I shall see to it that everyone in the city learns of it. That will restore your reputation to some degree.
Fuck my reputation. I've come to collect a bounty for a criminal. Canthar is trying to get rid of Sarah.
Sarah? The weapons merchant in the marketplace?
I was supposed to foist a letter on Sarah, which claimed that she's supplying weapons to Onar.
I see. I shall gladly pay the bounty for that bastard.
It will cost me 500 gold in the future, but late game I will have so many gold. Impossible to waste away. Since it's night time, let's pickpocket a bit. Let's see if we can get the golden plate for the wife of Onar, so I can get 50 gold. Never say, you know, I want more payment. That will not do you any good, because as a player you are more exploring the area, and as a mercenary you will be only paid if you stay on the farm and just stand there every day, collect your gold. You know, nobody is gonna do that, so always make sure that you get the 50 gold pieces instead of, you know, 10 gold pieces more payment a day. If you go AFK, you know, for a period of time, that's a handy way to do it.
Hey, you!
I don't recommend it.
If you're looking for a good selection for the traveler, then you're in the right place. But I'm warning you, if you're planning on helping yourself without paying, I'll call the city guard.
Just a moment. You want to look like a thief?
Bah. You won't be the first one to make off with my things today.
Lord Andre is commanded to punish every crime or act of resistance against the king's guards
I can't prove it. The
Shut
fellow is
up,
damn
fool.
clever. Introduce himself as Rengaru, but that really is his right name. He's been hanging around the marketplace the last few days. I only looked away for a moment, and my purse
Finally,
was gone.
shut it up. Sorry about that, Jora. Man in background. That's the shit Eric said that you got. No, I'm not gonna do that, because you can get it for free. I could get your gold back for you.
Oh? And why would you do that?
Well, that depends. Can you help me get into the upper quarters?
You've got the wrong man. I'm from out of town like most of the merchants in the marketplace. If you want to get into the upper quarter, go talk to the resident merchants
But how
in
are
the
you
lower part
guys
of town.
doing? My 3 current viewers doing alright?
It's really not my problem.
I'm looking. I want part of the gold as a
I will
reward.
first see if you can get my purse back. Then we'll talk about your reward.
Why didn't you call the city guard?
The guards only respond if a thief is caught in the act. And when I noticed my purse was missing, the bastard was already gone. I could have told you that before. Is it really true?
And how much gold was in that
How much?
purse?
50 gold pieces. It's quite a lot in these crappy times.
I'll see what I can do.
Oh, be careful. If you just knock the bastard down, the city guard will get involved. Lately, things have been getting really tough here. Since the paladins came to town, the guards have been cracking down on brawlers. So think of something.
I shall.
What do you know about the Thieves Guild?
Listen, if you get my gold back for me from that Rengaru fellow, I'll tell you what I know.
You have to feel sorry for the poor guy. It's a bad business.
Alright. I'm gonna, you know, do it.
Hear
Don't
ye,
worry.
inhabitants of Khorinis. By the explicit order of the
Hakon.
Hey, I am Hakon, the weapons dealer. Every man should carry a weapon these days, especially when venturing outside of the city walls.
Tell me more about the area around the city.
It's gotten too dangerous out there, because of the bandits for one thing, and also on account of wild beasts. Even the animals don't seem to get enough to eat in these crappy times. They're venturing closer to the city all the time.
Do you know anything about the paladins?
Yes. Those guys are ruining my business. All you can buy in this entire town is a short sword at most. They've helped themselves to anything that's longer than a foot and a half. In return, I now get to live in the hotel free of charge.
That doesn't surprise me.
And where do you get your weapons from?
Harad the smith has been my supplier up to now. Now all he does is make stuff for the paladins. He works for those guys day and night like a madman, without pay. He thinks it's his duty. All I can offer you now is my remaining stock.
What do you know about the disappearances of the citizens of Khorinis?
I have seen many pass through the eastern city gate. Some of those who came I had never seen before in my life. And many of those who went out never came back. But what happened the other day was really quite strange. There was this fellow who came here. I think his name is Joe. He bragged that he would soon come into some serious money. He claimed that he knew how to get into one of the city towers, where the militia keep their arms. I haven't seen him since, even though I used to bump into him around the same time every day. I reported this to the militia. I thought that maybe he had been caught and thrown into the dungeon. But Lord Andre had no idea what I was talking about. He didn't even know the fella.
You hardly know who to believe.
What do you know exactly about the bandits?
What do I know about them? They robbed me on my way to the city. And I'm not the only one. They've been up to their tricks for quite a while. The militia tried to track them down, but without any success.
Do you know who in the militia took part in the
The
search?
fellow's name is Pablo. He and a few others went looking for the bandits, but they didn't find them.
Do you know where I can find Pablo?
He patrols around the city. You'll find him either at the Temple Square or in the lower part of town.
Where did they hold you up?
Near Akhil's farm. Just go out of the city gate from here. Follow the road to the right. After a while, you'll get to a few steps. The bastards came from there. I bet they have their hideout back there in the woods.
I'll deal with it.
What? You want to take on the bandits? By yourself? You're quite a good fighter, huh?
How much is the matter worth to you?
That's a dangerous business. Well, it's all right with me. I'll pay you 100 gold pieces if you defeat the bandits.
Very well, I'll take that offer.
Hear ye,